The coinage of the United States in 1980 represents not just currency, but a reflection of American values, artistry, and economic conditions at the dawn of a transformative decade. Among the various coins minted in 1980, including the penny, nickel, dime, quarter, half dollar, and dollar. The most commonly circulated and widely recognized were the Lincoln cent, the Jefferson nickel, the Roosevelt dime, the Washington quarter, and the Kennedy half dollar. These coins, though modest in face value, encapsulate over 2 centuries of American tradition and civic symbolism. Let us take the 1980 Washington quarter dollar, a coin made of copper-nickel-clad composition, as a representative specimen. Its obverse front features a left-facing bust of George Washington, the nation's first president. Designed by John Flanagan in 1932, this portrait has become iconic, a stoic and timeless render of the man who helped shape American independence and constitutional governance. Though Flanagan's design remained largely unchanged for decades, it continued to resonate with the American people, reinforcing continuity and respect for the nation's founding ideals. Above Washington's head is the inscription, Liberty. This single word has been stamped onto American coins since the very beginning of U.S. coinage in the 1790s. It encapsulates the spirit of the American Revolution, the pursuit of freedom from tyranny, the right to self-determination, and the cherished principle that liberty is a foundational birthright. It is not merely a motto but a statement of national identity. To the left of Washington's neck appears the phrase, "In God we trust," first used on U.S. coinage during the Civil War and adopted more broadly in the 20th century. It reflects the United States' historical religiosity and its cultural roots in a society where divine providence was often invoked in both public and private life. It became the national motto in 1956, during the Cold War era, symbolizing moral resolve in contrast to the officially atheistic Soviet Union. Its inclusion on coins like the 1980 quarter affirms the spiritual and cultural heritage. Beneath the bust lies the date, 1980. This was a year of significant transition in American history. Ronald Reagan would be elected later that November, ushering in a new conservative era. The economy struggled under high inflation and interest rates. The Cold War still loomed large, and the American people were emerging from the shadow of the Vietnam War and the Watergate scandal, searching for renewed national confidence. Coinage minted during this time carried these subtle psychological imprints. Everyday objects pass into the hands of the people in search of purpose, pride, and progress. On the reverse side of the quarter, we find the stately heraldic eagle, wings outstretched, clutching a bundle of arrows. This imagery draws from both classical and federal iconography. The eagle, long a symbol of strength, vigilance, and freedom, represents American sovereignty. The arrows signify readiness for defense, not aggression, while the olive branches flanking them express a desire for peace. This delicate balance of force and diplomacy reflects the core principles of American foreign and domestic policy, or at least its ideals. Arching above the eagle's head is the national name, United States of America, a reminder of federal unity amid diversity. Directly below that is a Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. This motto, dating back to the founding of the Republic, encapsulates the American experiment in unity. 13 colonies united under one constitution, and today, 50 states bound by shared law and identity. On the coin, this phrase reminds the bearer that behind every individual and state lies a greater whole, a unified republic grounded in pluralism. At the very bottom of the reverse side is the coin's denomination, quarter dollar, a practical necessity, but also a mark of trust in the nation's monetary system. American coinage is not backed by precious metals as it once was, but by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. Thus, this small coin represents far more than its face value. It is a promissory token in a vast, complex economic system. From a numismatic perspective, the 1980 U.S. quarter and other coins of the year are valued primarily for their historical and aesthetic interest rather than their rarity or precious metal content. Minted in large numbers, with over 1.6 billion quarters struck between the Philadelphia and Denver mints, these coins are not scarce. However, they do possess collectible value in higher-grade uncirculated conditions, especially with sharp strikes and clean surfaces free from blemishes. The Philadelphia mint issued quarters without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint quarters bear a small D mint mark. The San Francisco Mint also issued proof versions with a high mirror finish for collectors, marked with an S. While they may not command high prices in the collector market, these coins remain deeply evocative of their era, metallic witnesses to daily life in 1980s America. They passed through the hands of commuters, soldiers, students, cashiers, and children. They bought gumballs, parking time, postage stamps, payphone calls, and bus rides. They jingled in pockets and drawers across the country, carried with them the ideals of liberty, trust in God, and unity from diversity. In sum, the 1980 U.S. coinage is not simply money, but a tangible embodiment of American history, values, and collective memory. Every line, word, and image engraved into the surface of these coins tells a story of a republic forged in revolution, matured through conflict, and always striving toward a more perfect union. In the year 2000, the United States Mint introduced a bold new chapter in the nation's coinage with the release of the Sacagawea $1 coin, a piece rich in symbolism, innovation, and cultural homage. This coin, bearing the D mint mark from the Denver Mint, represents the first year of a circulating dollar coin series that sought to replace the widely unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar of the late 1970s and early 1980s. The front obverse of the coin features the dignified portrait of Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman who played a crucial role as a guide and interpreter during the famed Lewis and Clark expedition, 1804 to 1806. Sculpted by artist Glenna Gooddacker, Sacagawea is depicted in three-quarter profile, carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau on her back in a traditional cradle board, capturing both maternal tenderness and strength. Her gaze is directed confidently toward the viewer's right, conveying vision and purpose, a fitting metaphor for her indispensable contributions to American exploration and westward expansion. Surrounding Sacagawea on the obverse is the word liberty, the American motto "In God We Trust," and the date 2000 followed by the D mint mark, indicating the coin was struck in Denver, Colorado. Notably, the date and mint mark appear on the obverse rather than the edge or reverse, as became the norm in later years. Above all, these inscriptions reflect enduring American ideals, freedom, faith, and historical continuity. The phrase "In God We Trust," formally adopted as a national motto in 1956 during the Cold War, symbolizes the nation's religious heritage and philosophical conviction. Liberty, a founding principle of the United States, has appeared on nearly all American coinage since the late 18th century. On the reverse side of the 2000 D dollar is a soaring American bald eagle mid-flight with outstretched wings and 20 stars encircling it, representing the number of states in the Union at the time of the 1804 Lewis and Clark expedition. This elegant reverse design, crafted by artist Thomas D. Rogers Sr., reinforces themes of national pride and historical memory. The eagle, long a symbol of strength, freedom, and vigilance, harks back to the imagery on the Great Seal of the United States. Along the edge of the reverse appear the words United States of America and the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, a reference to the unity of the diverse original 13 colonies. Below the eagle, the denomination is spelled out in full, $1. The coin itself is made of distinctive golden color manganese brass alloy, 77% copper, 12% zinc, 7% manganese, and 4% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. This unique composition gives it a durable golden appearance, though it contains no actual gold. The decision to use this alloy was based on its color resemblance to gold and its suitability for vending machines and general circulation. Although initially intended to circulate widely, the Sacagawea dollar, like its predecessor, failed to gain broad public acceptance in everyday transactions. Americans were already accustomed to using paper $1 bills, which remained in production. As a result, the 2000 D dollar coin became more frequently used in commemorative collections, transit systems, and vending industries than in daily commerce. From a numismatic standpoint, the 2000 D Sacagawea dollar is notable not only for being the first issue in a new series, but also for several unique characteristics and production quirks. Over 518 million coins were struck at the Denver Mint in 2000, making it one of the most common issues in the series. Yet despite its high mintage, the coin retained significant collector interest due to its debut status, attractive design, and historical associations. Some rare varieties emerge as well, including the famous 2000 Cheerios dollar, distributed by General Mills as a cereal promotion. These particular coins, those struck at the Philadelphia Mint, featured an enhanced tail feather detail on the reverse eagle, making them highly sought after today. While not specific to the Denver issue, this adds an extra layer of intrigue to the story of the $2,000 coins. Culturally and historically, the selection of Sacagawea as the face of the coin marked a meaningful departure from prior U.S. coinage practices. She was the first Native American woman honored on a circulating U.S. coin, and one of the very few women ever depicted on U.S. currency. Her legacy embodies a profound intersection of courage, cultural diversity, and resilience. Though much of her life remains shrouded in historical ambiguity, Sacagawea's assistance to Lewis and Clark, from securing horses to negotiating with tribes, helped shape the narrative of America's westward exploration. By placing her image into everyday pocket change, the Mint aimed to spotlight the often overlooked contributions of indigenous peoples to the nation's founding and development. The 2000 dollar coin was also emblematic of the U.S. Mint's modernization and educational outreach in the early 21st century. The Mint launched major publicity campaigns to promote the coin, including partnerships with school curricula, Native American groups, and commercial distributors. Television ads, educational kits, and promotional events aimed to foster greater public interest in both the coin and the historical figure it celebrated. Despite these efforts, the coin struggled to achieve circulation goals. Nevertheless, it laid the groundwork for the Native American $1 coin program, which began in 2009 and featured annually rotating reverse designs commemorating the contributions of Native American tribes and individuals throughout U.S. history. From a collective perspective today, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar in circulated condition holds minimal monetary value beyond face, typically just $1, given its mass production. However, uncirculated coins, proofs, and mint sets, especially with pristine surfaces or certified high grades like MS-67 or above, can fetch modest premiums, generally ranging from $3 to $10 depending on quality. Special editions and presentation pieces from the U.S. Mint retain more collector interest. Still, for many, the coin's real value lies not in its market price, but in the rich stories it tells of exploration, inclusion, national ideals, and artistic expression. In conclusion, the 2000 United States $1 coin is more than a simple unit of currency. It is a miniature monument to a moment in American history and a reflection of evolving national values. Through its golden hue, its striking imagery of Sacagawea and the bald eagle, and its mottos like E pluribus unum, in God we trust, and liberty, it weaves together centuries of American identity. Whether nestled in a coin collector's album or discovered in Change by Chance, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar endures as a thoughtful artifact, one that invites reflection on who we honor, how we remember, and what we carry forward into our shared future. Next top. The year 2000 marked a turning point in United States numismatics with the release of a bold new dollar coin, the Sacagawea Golden Dollar. Issued by the United States Mint, the coin was meant to replace the largely unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar, which had seen minimal public circulation since its 1979 debut. The 2000 P version, minted in Philadelphia, denoted by the P mint mark, was the inaugural coin of this new series, symbolizing not only a redesign in currency aesthetics, but also a reevaluation of American identity through numismatic representation. Let us journey through its creation, design, production, and legacy. A need for change, the origins of the Sacagawea dollar. By the late 1990s, the U.S. dollar coin was largely in use in daily commerce. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was often confused with a quarter due to its similar size and silver coloring. Congress responded with legislation to introduce a dollar coin that would be easily distinguishable in size, weight, and color. This led to the passage of the United States $1 Coin Act of 1997, which authorized the design and production of a new small-sized dollar coin to promote use and reduce reliance on the more expensive paper dollar. The U.S. Mint was tasked with not just developing a new coin, but selecting a figure who would embody the spirit of liberty and the multicultural history of the United States. After considering various historical women, Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman, who served as guide and interpreter during the Lewis and Clark expedition, 1804 to 1806, was chosen. Her story of resilience, guidance, and bridging cultures was seen as a fitting tribute to the country's Native American heritage. The obverse front of the coin features a portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau, on her back. This image was designed by Glenna Gooddacker, a sculptor who was selected after a national competition. Gooddacker's depiction was not based on a known image of Sacagawea, as no contemporary portraits of her exist. Instead, the artist used a 19-year-old Shoshone-Bannock woman, named Randiel Hidao Teton, as a model to achieve authenticity in cultural representation. The image exudes dignity, strength, and maternal resolve, emphasizing both Sacagawea's importance to the expedition and her broader symbolism as a Native American woman navigating a complex and often hostile world. Around the rim of the obverse are the inscriptions: Liberty, reflecting the fundamental American value of freedom; In God We Trust, a long-standing motto first appearing on U.S. coins in the 19th century; the date, 2000, indicating the first year of issuance; mint mark, P, signifying the Philadelphia Mint, where the coin was struck; reverse design, the soaring eagle and national unity. The reverse back of the coin was designed by Thomas D. Rogers Sr., a sculptor-engraver at the U.S. Mint. It features a majestic bald eagle in flight, carrying a bundle of arrows, symbolizing both strength and peace through preparedness. The eagle is surrounded by 17 stars, representing the number of states in the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition in the early 19th century. The inscriptions on the reverse include: United States of America, E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one, underscoring the unity of a diverse people; $1, the coin's denomination. The stylized eagle and the surrounding stars create a sense of motion and uplift, evoking the spirit of exploration and the boundless potential of the American frontier. The golden appearance, composition, and technical specifications. Despite its golden hue, the Sacagawea dollar is not made of gold. Instead, it is composed of a unique alloy, a core of pure copper with a cladding of manganese brass. This results in a warm, golden-colored design to differentiate the coin from quarters and prevent confusion in vending machines. Specifications: diameter, 26.5 millimeters. Weight, 8.1 grams. Composition, 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, 2% nickel. Edge plain smooth. The edge was deliberately made smooth to contrast with the reeded edges of quarters and dimes. In 2000, the U.S. Mint struck over 1 billion Sacagawea dollars, making it one of the largest mintages of any single-year U.S. dollar coin. Of these, over 767 million were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, bearing the P mint mark on the obverse. To encourage public familiarity with the coin, the Mint launched a widespread promotional campaign. One of the most memorable strategies involved a partnership with Walmart and General Mills, where 25 million Sacagawea dollars were distributed as change and included in cereal boxes. Despite this campaign, the coin never fully caught on with the American public. The dollar bill remained more popular and familiar. As a result, although the Sacagawea dollar continued to be struck in subsequent years, it was largely relegated to collector sets and special issues after the initial surge. The Cheerios dollar, a rare 2000 P variety. Among the most famous and collectible 2000 P Sacagawea dollars is the so-called Cheerios dollar. These were specially packaged coins included in Cheerios cereal boxes as part of the aforementioned marketing campaign. Of the 5,500 coins distributed in this way, a small number were later discovered to feature a high-detail eagle tail feather design that differed from the final production version. These rare variants are now extremely valuable, sometimes fetching thousands of dollars at auction due to their scarcity and role in the coin's development history. Though the Sacagawea dollar faced challenges in daily circulation, its legacy was preserved. Beginning in 2009, the U.S. Mint transitioned the reverse design into the Native American $1 coin program, which features a different reverse design each year, celebrating significant contributions of Native American tribes and individuals to the history of the United States. However, the obverse portrait of Sacagawea and her son remains unchanged, honoring her enduring role as a symbol of courage and unity. From a collector's standpoint, the 2000 P. Sacagawea dollar hold a prominent place in modern U.S. coinage. Its high mintage makes it easily available in uncirculated condition, yet its historical importance, design innovation, and the famous Cheerios variety make it a favorite among numismatists. Culturally, the coin stands as a reminder of the United States' attempt to broaden representation on its currency. Sacagawea was only the second historical woman, and the first Native American woman, to appear on a circulating U.S. coin. Her portrayal holding her child offers a powerful visual of strength, guidance, and hope for future generations. The 2000 P. Sacagawea dollar is far more than a piece of metal. It's a rich symbol of American identity, a canvas of history, and a statement of inclusion and diversity. Though it never became the staple of everyday commerce it was intended to be, the coin endures in both collector circles and the broader narrative of U.S. coinage. Through its dignified design, innovative materials, and layered symbolism, it serves as a tribute to the journey of the United States and the people, like Sacagawea, who helped chart its course.